Okay, this is my video of everything that I made in 2024. It's going to be kind of quick. I'll start with these. I made this terrible bag, which is quite a nice easy design. You fold up bottom and then just sew the edges around it. But so I made it to be this nice square, but when you use it, the bottom sags out and it's really ugly. So, well, I'm going to get rid of that. But I also used the same fabric and made some large, oh no, these are just normal size cushion covers, I think. So I think I will use these, they're quite cute. So I have a fold over the back portion, so I think both two back pieces are overlaid. I think they're probably about 2/3 of the size each. And I like how I done the edges there. It's overlocked but then like hidden inside. So there's that one, and the other one, because the pattern's a bit different. Oh, they look quite similar actually. Anyway, the other one thing that I have here is one that I didn't finish, but I was so close to finishing. It was really cute. It's this kind of like cute crop top thing with the wee bow in the middle. That does come undone, and it is like nicely finished on the inside, and there is actually boning, light boning in here. But the reason why I did decide to not put the zip in, even though I bought it, is like the boning is kind of poking out. And I would love to, it would be so cute to have this and a matching wee skirt, but obviously I'm never ever going to wear that anywhere, so it just wasn't even worth finishing, even though it's really cute. Then I made this one, which is a nice teal merino. There was a remnant to Spotlight, I'm pretty positive. And I used my classic Bev Knits pattern for this. It doesn't have any thumb holes, it's just a nice bottom. I have worn this a few times, but the fabric is not quite as stretchy as I would like it to be, so I feel like it's not worth keeping for me, and I might give this one away, even though it is quite nice. And merino, but oh well. And oops, the other one that I made was this here. And I specifically wanted to make a wee singlet top with a spaghetti strap with no bust dart. So I just wanted to be able to throw it off and have it be a real easy pattern. So I did kind of manage that, and it's quite nice as a wee V at the front. It took me a while to kind of come up with the way that I wanted to do it, to have spaghetti straps and have them inside. Often a way of finishing is like binding with these, and yeah, I wanted it to be really pretty on the inside and on the outside and not have any obvious binding on the top. What I ended up going with, what I had to do is, I forget what it's called, but I have a little inside piece of self fabric on the inside to cover that edge stitch, which I do like the way that that's turned out. I'm actually really happy with that. Oh, and the back piece, it kind of comes up at the back a little bit, so this is kind of higher than the rest of the arm strap there. Yeah, the V looks really nice. So I'm keeping this one. Oh, the only thing is, with it not having a bust dart, I was thinking about the bust dart having an effect on the sleeve, which it does, but it also has an effect on the length in the front. So like when it's worn, the front middle is a lot higher than the sides, which lesson learnt. Still wearable. And the only other things I have is just leotards. So I'm going to go in kind of the order in which I think I made them. So this wee white one here. It's quite a thick white spandexy with the weavy, and it's got like little ivy pieces on the end. Got just a nice plain back. I think one thing that I really learnt this year was adequate skirts on leotards. So what I like, I guess, obviously it needs to have, the width needs to be longer than the leotard itself. When it stretches, when the rest of the leotard stretches, you want, that's kind of like the 100% mark of the skirt. So the skirt should be bigger and stretch and sit flat when the rest of the leotard is stretched. I also like, with the skirt, I like going across straight and then in the front. And also in a slight angle at the side, not too much. Some of them, I think one of them I have too much of an angle and it looks quite extreme. But yeah, and I also learned some good stuff about the pant as well, which I'm not sure I did it here. Anyway, so I really like this one here. This one is the best fit, I think. Oh, you can see with what I meant with the skirt here, about straight across, down, and then straight across. Oh yeah, so here's the front and the back. I really like that one. I think that's really cool. I guess I made the straps a little bit too thin and then had to add a extra spandex kind of part for there, but it looks really good on. I really love this one. Questionable about whether it was sell or not like this because it's not rhinestoned, but I think that adds to it. Another red one here. This one's a bit different. I've got wee mesh up the top, a sweetheart cut and fold over elastic for the shoulders and the neckline, which is okay. It's probably a bit more uncomfortable than other binding. The thing I really don't like about this one is I've kept the like full width, shoulder width from the block, I think, and it's way too much, so the shoulder's quite wide. And then this is also quite high, but it's the same general pattern with a nice sweetheart and then a nice low back. So I think this one again looks really nice. If you want a little red number on the floor, I think this would be super cute. I think I'll say things that I've learnt with the skirt, with the pant. Oh, actually, that's something I've learnt with the skirt. Skirts probably don't need overlocking at the side because then you're going to see your overlock threads when it flips up. So I think you probably can just zigzag those together. Yeah, so with the pant, I'm not sure if I did it on this one or not. But my great discovery is take a bit of length out for it to fit across the back, this part here. I want to take a little bit of length out of the middle of the back panel, and a good way to do that is, instead of just having your pants go straight across, have the pant come down, so you're kind of taking that length out of the difference between the pant and the back of the waist. Why I really like that is because it also means that when I do the bottom, like the edge of the butt line on the pant, I want that straight. I can make it straight. When I put the elastic in, it's essentially going to it's going to move to be a straight kind of loop. However, the pattern is, the elastic's going to be a loop. And if I can have the back pant just straight, that's pretty much how the elastic is going to sit regardless. But if I kind of have a wee pant like this and raise the waist, that means that this edge line here that I've put as straight is going to have a bit more fabric than just the straight line. Yeah. Anyway, so it adds more shaping to the bottom of the butt, so it's going to like stick there way better. And what I was doing previously is kind of, instead of having a straight line across the butt, I would kind of like curve the line out to try and add more coverage. and all that does is that just bunches up when I put the straight elastic on. It just bunches up so you get a little extra piece of fabric, and you know the butt line is just straight as it's going to be anyway. But with this method it does actually add more fabric to the fullness of the butt cheeks, and it allows them to cover it while the elastic still stays straight in a loop. It's probably not very good explanation, but anyway. This is one that I really like. Cute black waist straps. This is, yeah, mesh. I really like white diamantes on black. Yeah, so this one I really like. That's cute. You can't really see it here, but the side panels are mesh. Yeah. This one I don't love that much. It's kind of, yeah, like a lot of rhythmic gymnastics ones, it's kind of lots of mesh with stuff on it. But I feel like when this is worn, it just kind of feels too nude. And this, I think this line is a bit too low as well. It should definitely be like above the hip, between the hip and the waist is really where the skirt should start. And this just feels too low when it's on. But I do like the blue diamantes on the black. Also this one, I guess it's got a nice different finishing here. The like roller edge, and a really massive keyhole there, which is leaning out a bit. This one, I think I improved the keyhole a bit. For starters, it's the same method. Oh, not really. I think I improved this part here, because you do want a kind of a bit of space between, like if I was to just cut this and then add, you know, fold pieces back and add the buckle thing, it would kind of give it too much space. So I really just kind of reduced that space there anyway. This is my first one with a sleeve. Sleeve's quite tight. So this is sleeve one side, sleeveless the other, and as you can see, very different shapes. It's like a sleeve, arm size sleeve should be higher than a sleeveless. So this definitely looks higher than this. And then a nice folded edge, which that's my preferred edge, I think. So yeah, this one I really like. Ooh. Yeah, definitely added this too late, and also it's a bit long anyway, so it doesn't really help at all. Yeah, definitely a nice pant. Oh, and here we go, see? Zigzag. Now it's the same colour, you can't see anything. Fantastic. This is probably the one that I think is going to be the most sought after if I sell them, and yeah. This is the first thing that I completely sewed in one day. I actually also designed it and cut it all in one day as well. Then I stoned it on a different day, but yeah, so it's my first ever project that I did in one day. Looking up colours. So this has fold over elastic, a sweetheart, fake sweetheart neckline, little shoulder strappies with a long plunge back, kind of like flower pattern rhinestoning, and a cute my style skirt across. Yeah, what I have been doing is like overlocking the leg on as well. Yeah, so this is nice. Very cute. I think that one's quite a good one. This one here. I'm really not sure about this one. It's like it's pretty gorgeous. I do really like a mesh skirt, I've discovered. So it's the same kind of pattern, but just with mesh, and then I also have pleated mesh on top here. These are all just glued on. This is just spandex instead of mesh because the white is mesh. It would be too much of a pain. The thing I don't really like about this is I got a bit lazy with the pleating. Like far away you can't see. And I did a finishing line like this. This I actually did completely undo and do it smaller so it would hopefully sit a bit tighter. It was a bit large the first time. Yeah, so hopefully I think it'll look very nice. But again, it's not super rhinestoned. This one here surprised me. I was kind of working on it and not really liking it that much, but I think like for the right routine it would be really, really good. Well, I'm imagining a kind of like Arabian Nights ball routine. I think it would look really cool. It's super stoned. If you look close up, it's got pleated mesh, and I've painted for the first time, second time, but like painted around the edges here. I also have some special star rhinestones. And then a mesh skirt, which I think looks really good. I really like the mesh skirt. Back is fully pleated as well, and the ideal kind of edging with the mesh edges. So this one I was a bit iffy on, but I actually really like it for the right thing. Ooh. And then this one, I used a pattern for this. Turned out really, really tiny, but I think it's super cute. It's the first time I've had one with a wee sleeve on. Kind of just use scraps for this, like leftover blue mesh, leftover other pieces, and it's stoned a wee bit. This one, the edging is quite interesting. It's just kind of like fold over with elastic encased. Except it's not elastic, it's a very thin line of spandex, because I wanted to give it a bit more. I didn't want to really waste any elastic on it, to be honest, and it still gives it a bit of stability and stretch, and I think that works really well. I think it's worked fine, and it does look really nice on the inside of it. Yeah. So I think that's it. Those are all the things that I sewed in 2024.